Today, I am sharing the 6-step checklist to clear skin in 3 months holistically without the birth control pill, Accutane, spironolactone, or taking 5 to 10 new supplements. And maybe you're thinking, I've tried everything I could possibly think of to clear my acne. Why would this be different? What I'm about to share is backed by 12 years of experience with over 1,000 clients who cleared their acne naturally without removing a ton of foods, using 15 different supplements, or starting a 10-step skincare routine. And I'm going to break down each step really simply so that you don't feel overwhelmed or confused, and you can leave this video really understanding these puzzle pieces on your acne journey. This is the exact 6-step checklist that finally helped Kate go from broken out consistently to a New Year's Eve party and eating pizza with zero food fear, zero foundation on because her skin was kind of finally clear. The exact 6-step checklist that finally helped Kayla go to her honeymoon and keep her skin clear while she drank Aperol spritzes, and helped Candace throw away the majority of her skincare products and finally clear her jawline acne naturally and keep it clear for life. And the difference between these client success stories and someone like you who's still struggling is that all of these clients followed these 6 steps in order to clear their acne by addressing every piece of the acne puzzle, not just specific pieces, and we're going to talk about that. That being said, if you're completely done with Accutane, the birth control pill, spironolactone, and you just want to eat more food and get clearer skin, I've created a natural clear skin blueprint masterclass with the 3 principles that helped me clear my acne naturally in 30 days after struggling with it for 15 years. So simply comment masterclass below, and I will send you over the link to watch that masterclass after this video. So before we jump into the checklist, I want you to know what you do not need to do to clear your acne. I will not be telling you to remove any food groups. I will not be telling you to follow any specific nutritional plan perfectly because that's insane and impossible. I will not be telling you to start a bunch of different supplements, and I won't be telling you to start a brand new 10-step skincare routine that costs $300 a month. That's really irritating. You do not need to be restrictive to clear acne. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need a super involved supplement routine, and you don't need a really intense skincare routine. And the reason I know all of this, I did all of those things. I went paleo. I was vegan. I did juice cleanses. I tried every single possible 10-step skincare routine that was on the market. And I know you're doing this too, right? It feels like you're almost throwing spaghetti at the wall all day, every day, just trying to find the one thing that sticks. And in the end, you always end up feeling more hopeless, confused, and frustrated, right? When I followed this 6-step checklist to clear my skin naturally, I finally felt the freedom to leave the house with zero foundation on. I finally had control over my acne. And this is amazing because I hate foundation. Do you hate foundation too? So grab a cup of coffee and take some notes. We're going to go deep into each of these. But that being said, here is the 6-step checklist to clear skin in 3 months. Number 1, you need to definitively clarify your root acne triggers so that you can really understand what's going on. Number 2, you need to determine the action plan to address your root acne triggers that you can live with so that you aren't spending your life afraid of food. Number 3, you need to begin to nourish your skin daily from within so that you're eating more for clear skin easily. Number 4, you need to define a skincare strategy customized for you so that you're spending less money and getting clearer skin easily. Number 5, you need to chart your progress week over week objectively. This step is so important. And number 6, you need to define the plan to maintain your results for life so that you can get off this hamster wheel. Now, I know this checklist might feel overwhelming, so we're going to break each action step down so that you really understand what to do, and then also so you can see real life examples of how these action steps in this checklist worked. Okay? So action step number 1 is that you definitively clarify your root acne triggers. You really need to understand why you're breaking out on a cellular and a functional level so that when you put the action plan in place, it's the right plan. Here's what I mean by this. Most people go wrong by trying to identify the one thing that is making them break out. Okay? There is one food they're eating, one moisturizer they're missing, one blood test they just haven't gotten yet that's creating their skin, right? Does this sound like you? The problem with this is that there are multiple factors contributing to your acne. And I, again, struggled with this a lot. I tried every single proactive skincare routine as it came out. The day it came out, I was ordering it immediately. But that being said, I actually really needed to search internally. And I had this really big aha moment after I went to a dermatologist appointment when I was 25. And I realized, oh my gosh, I'm way too old to be struggling with my skin like this. And I actually share the story in that masterclass. So again, if you want to hear the story of my kind of aha moment at the dermatologist office, comment masterclass below. But that being said, once I decided to clear my acne naturally, I became a certified nutritionist. I wrote my thesis on natural acne clearing. And what I discovered and what I finally understood was that acne was caused by 6 different factors all working together to create problems. These 6 factors are blood sugar management, gut health, hormonal balancing, stress management, overall inflammation, and topical support. And this is where you're going wrong. You keep looking for the one thing, the blood test, the topical, etc. That being said, you have to take all 6 of these factors into account when you're crafting your clear skin plan. The more I integrated all of these factors, the faster my skin cleared. And I saw this with all of my clients too. So let me give you a real life example of this. When Carly first found me, she had been struggling with her skin for a few years at the time, but she also was struggling with recurrent candida issues, right? That had been clearly identified. She knew, okay, I struggle with candida issues. She saw the symptoms. That was confirmed. And so she spent all of her time addressing that one issue, candida issues. So she followed a highly restrictive candida diet for a while. She removed a ton of foods. She felt like she was really anal about what she was eating. She was really worried about every time she ate anything even remotely off the plan. And she started to feel a lot of food anxiety, but even worse than that, if you can believe it, right? Because food anxiety is heavy enough. Her skin wasn't improving. So in her mind, she was correctly targeting the one thing that was causing her acne, but it wasn't working. However, once we looked at all of the 6 factors pulled together, including candida, that could be contributing to her acne, via our Clear Code protocol assessment system, we were able to see that there were other root triggers impacting her skin, like blood sugar management, estrogen dominance, gut imbalances, hormonal imbalances, and gentle topical adjustments that needed to be put in place to begin the journey of clearing her skin. After we addressed all of those, her skin began to clear rapidly, and now she's able to keep her skin clear for life. Let's go on to the next step in the checklist, and that is to determine the action plan to address your root acne triggers that you can live with. The biggest mistakes I see daily at this point, I'd say with every applicant to the Clear Code at this point, is one of the following. Number 1, clients are coming to me having started 15 supplements, literally 15, 10 to 15, all in the same month, costing anywhere from $200 to $300 a month, not really understanding the purpose of them, and they're not working anyways. Number 2, clients are starting a really complex skincare routine that might work a little, or it calms your skin halfway and or it works for a month but then stops, or they're removing all sugar, dairy, and gluten entirely. And trifecta, sometimes clients come to me doing all of these 3 things. So they are poor, their skin is irritated, and they are starving. Which is why when you're crafting this lifestyle plan that's going to clear your skin, it has to be something that you can sustain. It has to be a plan that will go on vacation with you. It has to be a plan that easily integrates into a 3-day work trip, or that you can take on your honeymoon with you. It cannot be so restrictive or so expensive for life that you can't maintain it. So I'm going to give you a list of questions that you need to ask yourself as you're crafting your lifestyle plan to clear your skin that are really important and will help you determine the best action steps, okay? So when you're crafting your plan, you have to keep these questions in mind. Question number 1, what time do you wake up and go to bed daily? And what do meal times look like for you on a scheduling basis? So how much time do you have to prepare meals? What's your schedule like in general? Are you an ER nurse? Do you need to go to bed at a certain time every day? Do you work a standard 9 to 5? Because how you structure your meals will depend on your schedule. Do you love complex skincare routines because they're a form of self-care for you? Or do you want your routine to be simple and affordable? Are you a picky eater? Are you open to new things? Do you hate to cook or do you love to cook? Are you a homebody who cooks most of your meals alone? Or are there a lot of social work events that you go on a routine basis that you have to plan your meals and food around? Do you enjoy a delicious treat every now and then, aka a donut like me? Or are you totally happy eating the same thing every day? These are some of the main questions you have to ask yourself as you're deciding on any plan. Because if any plan you define not only goes against your current lifestyle structure, but also conflicts with your values. So for example, I don't like a lot of skincare products. I don't like to use them. I think they cost too much money. There's a lot of waste of like products themselves, like the physical containers. Like I don't really like it. So if someone said, hey, here's a 10-step skincare routine, I wouldn't want to do it. You have to align those values with the plan because it's not going to work for you long term. So here's a real life example of this. One of my clients, Candace, came to me after moving to Ireland and really struggling with her skin. She moved to Ireland from the US and she was always traveling a lot, amazing, because she was now living in Europe, and she was always carting around a million products and a million topicals in her suitcase. And she was like, not only do I have 42 pounds of skincare products, but I also don't know what to eat when I'm traveling, and none of these things were working anyways. So we knew, number one, she was using too many supplements, too many topicals that didn't fit into her lifestyle. And number two, we knew that the nutritional plan we built needed to have a lot of flexibility in it because she traveled so much, right? These were the hinge points in her life. I call these hinge points. I did not create that catchphrase, someone else did. But basically a hinge point is any big habit in your life that's going to have the biggest impact, okay? And so once we identified these clear skin hinge points for her at the beginning via the Clear Code protocol assessment system, and we removed a bunch of our skincare and topicals and added in massive flexibility food-wise, she was able to clear her acne naturally very quickly. Now, how did this actually work? When we define exactly what topicals and supplements were positively supporting her skin on day one, we're able to then remove and or put to the side all of the ones that either are neutral or causing damage. And we focus only on keeping those topicals that are working the best in her routine. And again, the other ones we either put to the side. I'm not going to tell you to throw things away, but if I know something isn't working for you, acne-wise, I will say just put it to the side so that we're only focusing on the areas of highest impact and the least amount of complexity and money. We also defined a principles-based meal plan for her to use when she traveled so that there was a lot of flexibility while she kept her skin clear naturally and she was able to eat really freely but still feel great. So that being said, if this is something that you are dying for as well, and you want help for something like this too, you want someone to correctly analyze your root acne triggers and then define a sustainable plan on what to do topically, supplementally, how to manage your blood sugar, gut health, hormonal balancing, you can apply to the Clear Code via the link below. The third step in the checklist is one of my favorites, and that is to begin to nourish your skin from within daily. So you are most likely here because you have tried to remove sugar, dairy, and gluten, and it didn't work. And there are two common themes and results I see with this. Number one, you remove these things, but you weren't consistent for long enough, so you're not quite sure if it was going to work anyways. Or number two, you actually were able to be really, really consistent with this wildly strict plan. And then let's say it worked, right? Let's say you remove these things and you saw a good shift in your skin. What do you do now? Like, what do you do at your best friend's wedding? What do you do at your best friend's bachelorette party? What do you eat? How do you do this? And this is why this old method of restriction and removal of foods is not serving you anymore, and it won't serve your new life. There will be weddings. There will be engagement weekends. Hopefully yours. There will be random Friday nights when you're tired and you just want to order pizza. And you should be able to do that without feeling super anxious or worried if it's going to break out. Here's the biggest shift in mentality that you need to make. You need to move from a restriction removal mentality to a nourishment sustainability mentality. And it really is a mentality. I don't want to go into all of the foods you should or shouldn't eat. I have a lot of videos on those. I'll share some below. But that being said, this nourishment sustainability mentality is key. And a real life example of this is my client, Kate. She was able to clear her acne naturally in just a few months after shifting into this mentality. So she cleared her acne by eating more foods. This is what I say to every potential clear coder or clear code applicant. Like, would you, ideally you want to eat more and get clear skin, right? And that's what we do. In terms of history, that being said, Kate had done what you've done. She had been to a naturopath, gotten a lot of blood tests done. We don't do blood tests in the Clear Code because they are a quick snapshot in time. They're not very reliable and they can change overnight and they're unnecessarily expensive. That being said, Kate had seen a naturopath who had insisted she remove a ton of foods to clear her skin. And by the end of their work, Kate was starving. She had lost a lot of unnecessary weight and she felt very anxious about food, almost like developed into really, dysfunctional eating for her. And she knew that wasn't how she wanted to be. But by the end of our work together, she was eating pizza at a New Year's Eve party with zero foundation on. And this was the same party she had skipped the year before. The year before, she had skipped staying over for this New Year's Eve party because she was so insecure about being there without foundation on. And after following the Clear Code, she was there without makeup, eating pizza. The fourth step in your clear skin checklist is to define a skincare strategy customized to you. So there are two glaring mistakes I see daily at this point in terms of the wrong skincare routine. Number one, you are doing too much of the wrong thing. So two examples of this. Let's say you have chin and jawline acne and you are using an oil cleanser. Please don't. Fun fact, we all have P. acnes. That's what's causing our acne. We also all potentially have some molesthesia, folliculitis, yeast challenge growth, right? So fungal acne here too. And that fungal acne grows and thrives in an oily environment. So if and when you are applying any oil to your skin outside of squalane oil, I'll type it on the screen, squalane, or 2 other obscure oils that you are not going to use, it will almost with 100% certainty exacerbate any jawline and chin acne. It will make it worse and I will cry. This isn't your fault. We've all been marketed to that like oil cleansers are wonderful. And to be honest, when your skin is completely clear and has been for months, you can use oil cleanser easily, but not when you're struggling with acne. And the second kind of common theme that I see is that you're overusing the wrong products for the wrong things. So what I mean by that is, let's say you have texture issues, but you don't have cystic acne. So you have like clogged pores, but you don't have those deep nodular breakouts. I would not, under any circumstances in that case, recommend you use tretinoin. Tretinoin, for example, is something that the dermatologist will commonly prescribe, and it causes skin cell turnover. So what it does is it's going to probably lead you to purging and create the very cystic acne that you currently don't even have. For something like these texture issues, I recommend something really simple like Paula's Choice BHA or a really gentle chemical exfoliant to start to slowly address some of the texture stuff. But a lot of us, understandably, I get it, want fast results. So we're like, give me the tretinoin, I want to kill this stuff on my face. And then you get into bigger problems. But that being said, the second big mistake that I see is that you are not giving the products enough time, or you're giving them too much time. So let me explain. If you've been on an active topical like Retin-A, tretinoin, any type of acid, vitamin C, and it's been over 8 weeks and your skin is not noticeably better, that product ain't for you. But if you just started a gentle chemical exfoliant, you've used it 4 times over the past 2 weeks, and you're not seeing huge shifts, it needs more time. Okay, you gotta be patient. And that's kind of the trouble too with doing a lot of this stuff on your own, is that you don't always know when patience is best versus when you should wait or when you should take action. So I understand. But that being said, real life example of this, my client Kelly had found me after making mistake number 1. She had a lot of cystic acne here along her jawline and was trying to treat it with an oil cleanser. This happens like all the time. So I don't know why I'm acting so pained by it. I get so upset because I'm like, I bet your skin wasn't as broken out as it is now. Anyways, so after we put her through the Clear Code Protocol assessment system, we were able to define a much more simplified topical plan so that not only was she not using the wrong products, but we were using much simpler products, and her skin cleared so quickly in just a few months. And that's the power of clarity and simplicity for your skincare plan. The 4 topicals that I like to see clients use, to be honest, there's 4. A gentle cleanser, a moisturizer, an SPF, and maybe a scar treatment. But either way, you need the right skincare routine used at the right time to get the best results. Let's talk about the 5th step on this acne clearing checklist that I love, but it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. And that is that you chart your progress week over week, objectively. When you start your acne clearing journey, you need to make data-based choices, not emotionally based choices. And the best way to take action on this is to take 2 action steps. Number 1, track the data of your skin. And number 2, analyze that data after 4 weeks and analyze what you see objectively. If you can do these 2 things for 4 weeks, you will have so much clarity, literally and figuratively. And this is honestly the trickiest part about acne clearing. I'd say, this is like one of the top challenges I see with most of my clients is, number 1, your skin is something that makes you feel very emotional. It's your face. It makes sense that it makes you feel this way, okay? But that being said, when you are looking at the data and you are assessing things objectively, you are most likely not going to see the full picture, right? And then number 2, perhaps when you're tracking, you fall off. Like you'll do it for a week, 10 days, even 2 weeks, right? And then you get to that like 21-day mark and you're like, why am I doing this? Like, who cares? Right? Of course, like we're human, right? And then number 3, final big issue is that let's say you've decided on the plan and you're tracking your skin's progress and you look at it after 4 weeks and you have a mix of texture issues, scarring, and cystic acne that is still present. It is very hard for you to objectively say, is this better or worse? Especially if there's scars present, because you will see them and feel emotional about them. Like when I cleared my skin, my acne was completely clear. And then I was walking down the street in Manhattan and I live in New York, and I looked at my face in one of the mirrors and I saw all of these like scarring texture, and I like flipped out, right? So this makes sense. You're human. But that being said, being able to track whether or not what you're doing is working, like objectively, is paramount. My client Maria is a real life example of this. So she had significant hormonal jawline acne that was linked to blood sugar management challenges. And she had been trying a lot of different things like you, kind of throwing that spaghetti on the wall. There's actually apropos, she lives in Italy. But her plan felt really chaotic and kind of all over the place. Once we defined her clear code, she followed the plan consistently and we analyzed this information. Week over week via weekly check-ins, her skin transforms, which brings me to the final action step that we've been kind of building to with all of these other 5 action steps on the checklist, and what Maria shares in this picture here, and that is that clear skin needs to be a lifestyle. Let's go deeper. The 6th action step on your clear skin checklist is that you need to define a plan that you can use to maintain your skin results for life. This is the key step that 99% of my clients are currently missing in their daily life. They have some pieces of the puzzle of what's going on with their skin. They're like, I know I'm constipated all the time. I know this topical routine isn't working. I know that when I eat really poorly all weekend and drink a lot and live free, my skin is really angry, right? They know they got that. But how do they pull this all together to take action in a way that actually supports skin? Their clear skin. And this brings us to the final checklist. This is like the lifestyle plan element. You need the following details defined in your clear skin checklist to keep your skin clear for life. And this is a sneak peek at parts of the framework that we use in the clear code, okay? You need to understand and define the top 3 recipes that you love eating for breakfast that you know support your clear skin. Top 3 recipes for lunch. Top 3 recipes for dinner. Top 3 recipes for snacks. The exact topical routine that keeps your skin clear on a daily basis. The exact supplement routine. And you need to know the common pitfalls and potential like landmines, potholes, whatever we want to call them, right? Things that are going to get in your way. So for example, if you know, we define, okay, you're struggling with blood sugar management issues and topical issues, and you are traveling to Ireland for a wedding. Ireland's on my mind, clearly. I've never been there, but it looks beautiful. Anyways, let's say you're traveling to Ireland for a wedding. So you know you have a topical plan that you need to maintain to keep your skin clear. Then you also know you have blood sugar management challenges. How will you define the plan to keep your skin clear when you're gone? Do you have a crazy work schedule? So maybe you travel 2 to 3 days a week. Maybe you're an ER nurse, right? How are you going to integrate healthy action steps to keep your skin clear? How much are you going to cook versus how much are you going to eat out? And the reason I put this step last is because even as I'm saying it, I'm like, oh, that could probably sound overwhelming. It's not. Once you work through all of the other steps, all you have to do is look at the data, the information, pull it all together, and then you literally have a 10-step checklist to keep your skin clear for life. And this is the magic behind everything else you've done, because the biggest goal for you is the consistency factor. The biggest thing that you are missing is that sustainable lifestyle plan, right? Now, the biggest mistake I see people making at this stage of a video like this, or me explaining this, is feeling overwhelmed by this, feeling alone, feeling maybe not supported, and or feeling really inspired by a few of the questions and then thinking, but I don't know how to answer some of the other ones. And to that, I'd recommend 2 things. Number 1, take this process 1 step at a time. So start with number 1, defining those root acne triggers correctly. I have an acne personality type quiz below, so you can grab that via the link below. And once you do that, the other steps will flow really easily. Or if after watching this, you've realized how aligned this process all sounds for you and your goals, but you want someone else to guide you through it because you're tired, you've done your work, and you know you just need help, then that's exactly what we do in the Clear Code program. You can apply to the program via the link below. The application only because I want to make sure it's going to be a great fit for you, and we take a limited number of clients every month. That being said, it goes very fast when you join, and you can see massive results in your skin in the first 7 to 14 days. In the Clear Code, within 24 hours of joining, we definitively clarify your root acne triggers by mapping your acne story through the years so that all the action steps we take are purposeful and highly effective. We determine the action plan to address your root acne triggers by creating your initial Clear Code plan that actually suits your lifestyle. We begin to nourish your skin from within daily, immediately, with your customized Clear Code meal plan based off of your root acne triggers results and synced with your cycle. We define a customized skincare strategy for you and your skin so that you're spending less money every month and getting clearer skin easily. We're charting your progress week over week objectively with weekly check-ins and support to make sure you're progressing through the program at our goal of a 5 to 10% improvement rate. We have a progress tracker that helps us track this, and it's our very aligned, specific improvement rate goal. And then once your skin is clear, we craft your entire Clear Code plan to maintain your results for life so that you never have to worry about acne impacting your confidence, career, or your life again. When you define your root acne triggers by mapping your acne story, determining the action plan by defining your customized Clear Code, nourishing your skin from within daily, following a simplified skincare and supplement strategy designed for you, charting your progress week over week, and analyzing the data as you clear your skin to create your final Clear Code, aka the lifestyle plan you can follow for life, you can have clear skin for life with very minimal work. So if you'd like to do this, apply to the Clear Code below. We'll hop on a discovery call. We'll dive into your acne history for about 30 to 40 minutes, and then I will be really honest and transparent with you about whether or not it'll work. I really only recommend the program if I think it's going to change your life, and believe me, it will. Or if you want more information on the program in general, this sounds really interesting, but you just want to watch another in-depth video, check out the Natural Clear Skin Blueprint Masterclass below, comment Masterclass below, and I will send you the link so you can watch that right away. That being said, thank you for being here. I know this is a long video, but if you know anyone struggling with these challenges, please send them over this video. I would love to see if I could help them, and or if the Clear Code could be an inspirational kind of light at the end of the tunnel on their acne journey. See you in the next one.